Hello and welcome. Thank you all for coming. My guest today is the one and only Chris Mallard. Hello, Chris.
Hi, how's it going?
Fine. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. So far, it's a Saturday. You know how Saturdays are. But yeah, doing great. And you?
I am doing great as well. I
Wonderful.
mentioned to Chris before the show started that Robin is on his way home.
Hmm.
He's about 2.5 hours out. So when we finish the show, it won't be too much longer, and Robin will be here and we'll have a great weekend together.
It's going to be fun.
hmm Are you doing anything special this weekend, Chris?
Not really, just goofing off. Trying to take a little bit of a break as best I can.
Okay.
That's kind of about it. Nothing really. I got a video to record. Yeah, actually, I did record one. I'm working on my Evil God Monster of Abraham episode number 17. I just finished number 16, but those chapters are really small. And the video was like 3 whole minutes long.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do more than one. I was going to do one chapter of video, but 3 minutes, right? So I'm gonna do like chapter 16 and 17 and put them together or something like that.
Okay. What does each one cover?
Well, I'm going through chapter Genesis in the Bible.
Okay.
In the Bible.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're doing Genesis, and each one is a chapter of Genesis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, like I say, they were individually each a chapter of Genesis. Now I'm going to have to kind of bundle them up because some of them aren't that big. Some of them are big, but yeah, it's fun though. I've been learning a lot about the stories of the early part of the Bible.
There's one chapter that goes through a lot of genealogy right after the Tower of Babel, or Babel, depending on how you pronounce it. Did you leave that one as a chapter, or did you kind of skip over all that genealogy?
Nope, I did it. Yeah. Well, here's one of the things. Pardon me. One of the things I'm doing is I'm pointing out that the Bible is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It's evil. It's an evil God monster, and the Bible is its book of death. Okay. And it's got a lot of things about it. It promotes slavery, misogyny, all this other business. And, I could have skipped those chapters. Sam begot Steve, begot Cindy, or not Cindy, but Bob, who begot, Michael.
Right.
But I had a point to make. And that point was, and I think it's chapter 6. It's been a while. In that chapter, they repopulate the entire earth and don't mention a single woman. Not one woman is mentioned at all. It's just, and he begat Bob, begat Steve, begat blah, begat blah. Not a single woman is mentioned. Now, there's the other chapter. It does it twice. And another chapter, it says Bob had sons and daughters. But that's the only mention you get of women at all in those 2 chapters, where they completely repopulate the earth twice, right? So it just kind of is very misogynistic. Men do very little when it comes to raising children. But they sure do take a lot of credit. So
yeah,
yeah,
that's for sure. Oops, I did not get the comment that I wanted. I wanted this one. The Bible is not as cool as the Necromonicon. Okay.
Necronomicon.
Okay, what's that?
It's just an occult book. It's just an occult. It's just as much fantasy as the Bible, though. Really, to be honest.
Okay. Well, Caitlin is in the house in the chat at the moment, and I was going to save this for the end, but since Caitlin is here right now and has to go soon, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up now. And that is a big announcement. And Godless Engineer has just okayed people to announce this. There is going to come right here to my own hometown an atheist convention. It is going to be the first Rocket City ReasonCon. And here is the lineup of speakers. Keynote speakers are Seth Andrews, Forrest Valkai, and Erica Gutzik-Gibbon. And Chris Mallard will be on one of the panels. Chris, you're going to be one of the MCs.
I'm going to be the MC, one of the MCs. That's right. I just got the pack earlier from Miss Caitlin. Go ahead and you do your thing.
Okay. I am going to be on one of the panels. I'm going to be on the panel of activism and community building.
That's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. October
I
next year?
am too. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying October next year.
Yep, October. Yeah, let me get that banner off of there for a moment
Okay.
because you can't see. There it is. October 23 through 25, 2026. So come and see Chris and I live at that time. And all these other good people will be there. And it should be a really good time.
That is cool. There's Caitlin, Chloe. I'm so Dr. Osiris, Philo 5227, Fred. Man, there's a lot of people I don't recognize. I'm used to reading out the names and saying hi to everybody in the chat because that's what I do as part of my bag, but I don't recognize your name. Hello, Fred Harvey. Hello, Rimmers Bergerie. That's a cool name. Yeah, very interesting. All right. So back on point. I'm very much looking forward to that. That's going to be I think with any luck, I'll be traveling 2 or 3 times next year. And you?
I'm thinking pretty much the same. I've already committed to going to San Francisco or to San Diego to see my daughter for Christmas. And then I've got an aunt in Phoenix that I'm going to see in January for her 80th birthday. And we were looking at going to Yosemite in late spring or early summer with my daughter that's in San Diego. So I've already got a few trips planned. And so I'll try to plan to get to 2 conferences. I do plan to go to NanoCon again because NanoCon is just 90 minutes away. That's an easy one for me. And they're going to do, I believe this year is going to be the 10th anniversary of the Ark Encounter protest.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And
I'm supposed to be back doing that too, I believe. Yep, we're already having me there. Yeah.
And I believe that I can't remember his name. You know his name. The head of the Tri-State Thinkers there.
No, I don't know.
Is it Jeff?
It might be Jeff.
I think it's Jeff.
I think it may be Jeff.
Kentucky Atheist told me that Jeff said that was going to be the last time they were going to do it. Now, he may continue to do it, but that is the last time the Tri-State Thinkers are going to be involved in that. And that they do quite a good job. I'm sorry, it's Jim. Caitlin says it's Jim Helton. Okay.
You were close. So close.
I had never met him or even heard of him until we went to Ark Protest. And I was quite impressed with him. He's an impressive person.
Gotcha. Yeah. The one I remember is Brutus. Remember Brutus? It was Jim's dog, the little vicious little Chihuahua creature. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah.
Hello, D&D.
Yeah. What's that?
I just said hello to D&D.
Yes. Hello, D&D. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Do you have any big plans for Thanksgiving and Christmas? You got a couple of important months coming up. Not that you do Christmas, but
I'm not going anywhere. My brother is coming. He'll be coming the 19th. Now he's actually going to see my niece and her husband in Auburn and going to the Iron Bowl. And my son has to work for the Iron Bowl. My son delivers pizzas. Gotcha. So my son is a vegetarian. So we will have vegetarian Thanksgiving on probably either Monday or Thursday. My brother will be there Monday. So if he wants vegetarian Thanksgiving, we'll do that Monday. And if he's not interested, we'll do it Thursday. But then my son has to leave right after lunch on Thursday because he's got to be at work for Friday.
Gotcha. I'm not really sure what we're doing. The evil one usually, something to do with her family. Of course, I'm not a big Christmas person. I just do the thing with the people because they do the thing, Let me go here. But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hanging out with the family. I don't have to hang out with my family. So that's cool. I don't know. My family's yeah, but you do get it. Yeah, you understand. Gotcha.
Brojo Cafe says family sucks. No more holidays for me. Brojo, just for you and people like you who have problems with family and have no one to be with for Christmas. Purple Rhymes with Orange puts together a stream every year that goes for 48 hours. It
Wow. Yeah.
starts when Christmas starts at the crack of dawn at the the International Dateline,
Hmm.
and travels east until Christmas ends, at the International Dateline. So it goes for
Yeah.
48 hours so that everyone has some place to hang out with all during Christmas.
Yes. It's going to
Okay.
be cool.
Let's focus a little bit on Chris and what Chris does. Now, Chris, you've got the Daily Atheist Morning Show.
I do.
For anyone in the audience who isn't familiar with that show, tell us a little bit about your show.
I like to try to keep it fun and light. Most of the time we can do that. The way the world is getting with the politics and the craziness has made it hard, kind of, but otherwise we try to keep it light, and hopefully it'll be a fun place for people to come to in the mornings. Now, I appreciate so let me do me first, and I'll talk about them. I do the morning show Tuesday through Friday, and it's 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern. And we also on Friday we do sci-fi. I love sci-fi, and we talk sci-fi. So Friday we talk sci-fi. Now, so that's kind of got my week done. Normally, I also drop some long form videos. I try to be lighthearted and fun, but my long form videos are always serious. Christianity is a blood cult. Stay tuned. But then I also do my little parodies and my little commercials. You asked me to have one ready. I have them ready shortly. You just tell me when you are ready.
Okay, I'll go ahead and introduce that. Yeah, I asked Chris to bring the one about Father Flanagan's baptism. And the reason I asked is because yesterday was All Souls Day, and today is All Saints Day. And
Yes.
so I thought that one was the most appropriate one for the days that we are celebrating. Go ahead and show that one.
Okay. Give me just a second here to pull it up. The Deathbed Conversion Bibles. Oh, the Deathbed Conversion Bibles are the post-mortem baptismal kits with Ryan. Which is it that you want?
The post-mortem baptismal kits.
Okay, that's the one with Ryan. All right, let me find that one here. Deathbed Conversion. They're all good and fun. I very much appreciate Ryan being willing to, do the thing. Hold on a second. Let me get it over here and I'll share it with you.
Does Ryan live in the same city as you, or do you have to travel or plan when you're going to be together?
We've never been together. She lives in Pennsylvania or somewhere on the East Coast. Yeah. So we've never met. It just kind of looks like we do. Let me go here. I don't really know how to use this. I'm trying to share my screen. Do you know how to share my screen? I'm trying to share a screen. Present. I see it. Yeah. Present, share screen. Don't show these tips again. Which screen am I going to share?
Just put it in. Put it into the presenter invite.
I'm getting there. Almost there. Okay. Godless Granny. Entire screen. There we go. Share. All right. Y'all can see that? May we? You can see it?
No, I have to add it to the stage.
Oh, okay. And here we go.
All right. We're not getting any sound.
Oh, they're not getting any sound.
Yeah. All right.
Hold on a second. Wait. Okay. Yeah, it should be going through. Because I'm not using my... I'm not sure. Let me pause it here and see. Stop. Right. What I can try to do is you know what? Can you present?
Well, let's see.
No,
yeah.
I don't have it. Yeah. I thought I had it up on the web. I don't have it up on the web. I don't think. Oh, maybe I do. Let me look. One moment, lady. Caught me off guard here. If it weren't for Tech Gremlins, I wouldn't have a show. So you guys just they know if they've been watching me, they know. All right, so go to my studio. Let's see if I can find the This is a good one. It's worth it. Ryan makes it worth it.
There's a place where it gives the option of
to share audio,
including the sound, but I don't see it on my end. And let's see.
Equalizer, edit, show play. I'm sure, yeah, probably something stupid simple. Let me close that and reshare Godless Granny. Here it is. All right, so now I'm going to present again. It says stop screen. Stop screen. All right, we'll try it again. This time with sound, maybe.
Okay.
Audio. Okay, here we go. We're going to try this again. Fingers crossed. Share screen. Look for the share audio checkbox in the next window, which I did not click. It says also share tab audio, but it doesn't. It's not. Okay. Entire screen. Also system. Show. Aha. Here we go. Here we go. Now it's not going to let me share because it's a biznatch. Window. Also share the system. Oh, there we go. Hold on. All right. I didn't think I could do this. It is. Don't tell me. I know this one. Let me get it back up on the screen here. Boy, this is an adventurous show you've got going on today.
I should have had you download it and send it to me because then I know how to do that.
I normally have it on a button, right, that I can just put up. And all right, so let me go here. Make sure it's there. It says share system audio. Here we go. 1, 2. Don't show this tip again. Get off my butt. All right, we're ready. Here we go. Here we go.
Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love. I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
Thank you, Dan.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is? It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No! Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved. Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I could see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better. And that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Okay, for some reason I have lost Chris's sound, and I think I know how to
Here I am.
fix
No,
it.
it's me. I muted myself because I was
Oh,
typing.
okay.
Do you want me to go ahead and do the deathbed conversion Bibles while we're at it real quick? It won't take long.
Sure, we could do
All right.
that.
There you go. Here we go.
The one question I had for you about that one while you're doing that is, I had asked someone, well, specifically Maya, if the Catholics believed in baptism for the dead, and she said no, they don't. And but Father Flanagan sounds like he's Catholic.
Yeah. Well, there's nuance to that. My understanding is that some Catholics, including Mother Teresa, has been doing the postmortem baptisms, or did postmortem baptisms.
Okay.
But it's not necessarily restricted to the Catholics. The Mormons are really big into it.
Right.
Yeah,
The Mormons
still,
were big into it. Yeah. And I've thought of it as a Mormon thing.
Yeah. And really, even in my mind, that's really because it's part of Father Flanagan's line of interfaith products. He doesn't just make products for Catholics. If he did, then he would just be stuck with Father Flanagan's line of inflatable altar boys. But he makes products for other people, his interfaith, or there's even let me see here if I got it here for you. Damn it. Goat scented flesh candles.
Bro Joseph, wait, they're dunking dead bodies in water?
Really? Again?
No, he's asking the question. Is that how they're doing baptism for the dead?
Oh,
I don't think so. I think they're baptizing someone in their place.
Yeah. Well, it's a baptismal I don't know about, that's possible. But it's just a sprinkling of water. I think it's just a kit. I don't think they have like a whole tub and they're pulling bodies out,
Well, but I don't think they're putting it on the dead person, are they? Or are they putting it on someone in place of the dead person?
That's a good question.
Because I know they do taking communion for the dead to try to reduce someone's time in purgatory. Right. And in that case, the priest drinks the wine on your behalf. I got that from a book where a guy was saying that he and another priest used to do that on Friday nights. They would get together and think of all of their friends that had died and take communion for them, and they would get drunk taking communion for all their dead friends every Friday night.
Really? That's... What about those people who don't want to do that sort of thing? Who don't want to be a participant in that? I'm just saying. Yeah.
Well, if there really were a purgatory, it lessens your sentence in purgatory. It's essentially buying a small indulgence for you.
Yeah. The indulgences is what split up the Catholic Church, caused the Catholic Reformation, and killed millions of people. That was what started it. What's his name? Martin Luther got pissed off because they were selling indulgences. That's how they built St. Peter's Basilica. But he got pissed off. Most of what he was pissed off was because they're like, give me money and I will forego one of your sins or something, or you can commit a sin later. And that's just ridiculous. And even he thought so. Apparently. And there was also another point. He also wanted to be able to translate the Bible into German. And I don't think that was part of the problems that the Catholic Church was having a problem with.
Right.
So.
They wanted it to be exclusively in Latin. Yep.
Because then they could control it all, obviously,
Atheist Carpenter has a really good point. When have Christians ever worried about consent?
That's a good point.
Okay. While you are working on that, I have a small announcement to make, and that is, let's bring it up.
I'm ready whenever you are. But
Dr. Osiris has given us a super sticker for 99 cents. Thank you very much, Dr. Osiris.
Thank you, Dr. O. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm ready. You go ahead.
All right. Give me a second here. Oh, it's an entire screen, and I got to go to screen 2. Sorry, it's I'm a nerd. It's just I'm a different kind of nerd. It's my software's different. My software's cool. All right, here we go. Deathbed Conversion Bibles.
Do you have an atheist friend or family member who's a good person and you don't want to see them end up in hell? But But now they're on their deathbed. Time is running out. They've been there for you, and now you want to be there for them. But how can you save them from your all-loving, forgiving God and its eternal lake of fire? Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of atheist deathbed conversion Bibles. No more worries of loved ones meeting their resolution without absolution. Now you too can force your faith on the weak and helpless in their final moments. Father Flanagan's line of atheist deathbed conversion Bibles are designed specifically for the weak and infirmed. Extra large type for failing eyes seeing their last. Deluxe editions come complete with a post-mortem Mother Teresa would have approved baptismal kit. Also available in heathen and heretic versions. Father Flanagan's line of atheist deathbed conversion Bibles. Coming to a Walmart near you.
There you go. That's what that's all about.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Now,
And then,
I have-
even at the end, you notice it said Mother Teresa would have approved because she was sort of into that sort of thing. My understanding, anyway. Yep.
Now, when your loved one is on their deathbed and you get one of these conversion Bibles, does placing the Bible on them cause them to convert?
Oh, that's
Since-
no. I think you have to convince them. It
Oh,
has
okay.
special scriptures in there to help you convince them, and then it's even got big text. The scriptures that are bad, are really tiny, and the scriptures that are, make things sound good are really big.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah,
I
that's
gotcha.
my thinking. Yeah.
Well, one of the things I was wondering about was, if your loved one is in a coma. So if they're in a coma, it's too late.
Well, I guess you just have to take the rap for them at that point.
Yeah. Well, or
Yeah.
use the baptismal kit.
You
Doesn't
could. Yeah.
even-
Well, just wait till they die. Then
Well-
use the baptismal kit.
Well, can you baptize them without their consent while they're still away? Still alive? I imagine you could.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta say, Miss Kelly, the Lord of the Bible is not really big on consent.
Right. I was
Have
just
you
going to point
noticed?
out
Yeah,
that the
there's-
babies don't consent when they get baptized.
There is no consenting going on. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's right. Very true. Yeah, so that's kind of my thinking. I don't know. It's just we'll have to see. Hopefully, there'll be a big seller.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me go here.
Has anyone actually tried to buy any of your things?
I do have a small, what do you call it, merch store?
Mm-hmm.
And occasionally people do purchase some of my wares. They do.
Okay. Well, I meant more like, has anyone
Oh.
contacted you and asked you for one of these Bibles or baptismal kits? I'm sure they would be asking for it as a joke, but it might be fun to have even as a joke, as a gag gift.
Well, the only thing keeping me from actually, yes, I've had people want to buy them, especially the goat scented flesh candles. And, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, in the Old Testament, whenever you sinned, you have to sacrifice a goat or, a dove or whatever, depending on the severity of the sin. And Father Flanagan's Industries line of, because this is a Jewish thing, right? It's ancient Hebrew, so it's not Catholic, obviously. So it's a part of Father Flanagan's interfaith line of products. And it's a candle that you can buy. And that way, if you've offended the Lord and he's going to smite you, you can just light the candle and it will give off the smell of burning flesh. And that usually pacifies the evil God monster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Couple of comments to bring up. The Atheist Carpenter says, this reminds me of the story about Voltaire when asked on his deathbed, do you renounce Satan and all his works? He allegedly replied, no, it is not the time to be making enemies.
Right. Yeah. Now's not the time to be making enemies, of course, right? That's a good one. I dig it. Thank you, Atheist Carpenter. Hello, nice to meet you. You should
And
pop by
Mange
for the morning
Graywolf
show.
says, is being baptized twice like a double negative?
Ooh, that's a good
And
point.
the reason I really wanted this comment is I have been baptized 4 times.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very
The
exciting.
first time I was baptized was as an infant into the Catholic Church. So when I converted to Christianity as a teenager, I did not recognize my own infant baptism because I had not chosen that one. So I
Gotcha.
chose to get baptized into the Protestant church. So that was my second baptism.
You wanted to
But
be
then
willing.
a couple years later, my husband and I joined a Southern Baptist church because my husband was active duty Army and we were moving around a lot. And when I went to join the Southern Baptist church, they do not recognize baptism into any church other than a Southern Baptist church. So even though our theology was exactly the same as their theology, we had to get baptized again at in the Southern Baptist church.
Gotcha.
And then
Of course.
the
It only
fourth
makes
time
sense,
I
right?
got baptized, we went on a trip to Israel with a church group, and the pastor was baptizing anyone who wanted to get baptized in the Jordan. And if you've already been baptized, he was fine with rebaptizing you in the Jordan. So I got baptized in the Jordan. So I have been baptized 4 times.
Wow. That is, okay, I have a similar story.
Okay, go ahead.
I am not a compulsive collector person, but I could be. And there was a time where there was this church, and I was like 11 or 12, and they were giving away a Bible. They'd have these parties in this Woodward, Oklahoma. They have these parties at the church in the evening, and they'd baptize people, and they'd like bring people into it, and they'd give you a Bible. And you got free pizza and all that business. I got baptized like 3 or 4 times. I had a whole bunch of those little Bibles. I just went for the pizza and the Bibles. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. They just kept giving them to me, so I kept taking them. It's a lot of fun. So I've been baptized a time or 3 myself.
That's cool.
I just heard a super chat come through, I think.
Philo says, I told the pastor that my mother was so doped up on morphine and Dilaudid that I could convince her that she was the lone gunman at the Kennedy assassination.
There you go. Hi, Philo. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing great. Mage Grey Wolf. I think I remember you. It's been a day or 3. I hope everything. I think it does sound like a familiar name. Hope everything's going great for you. Awesome.
And Spaghettiist says, the point of the candle is that you have something to set on fire as a sacrifice to God. So even if you smell properly, you'd hopefully still need the candle.
Right. Well, the deal with the candle is that the God of Abraham becomes enraged, and he doesn't want the meat. He always lets the priests have the meat. He just wants the smell. He loves the smell of burning flesh. So the candle is sort of, instead of you having to go actually get a goat, and man, where do you get a goat in today's world, right? You just buy this candle and it produces the same smell. You want to see the commercial? I have a commercial for it. If you have it.
Sure.
Do you want to see the commercial? Let me get it ready here.
And while you are getting it ready, I will mention that a couple of churches that I went to did not believe in deathbed conversions. They said that if you accepted Christ when you were on your deathbed, that was too late. If you didn't at least spend a little bit of time in Christian service before you died, you don't qualify.
Gotcha. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense, doesn't it? There are a lot of people out there who last minute go, oh yeah, all of a sudden I want to be a Christian because, right? All right, so let's do this again. I'm going to share my screen here. I think you'll like this one. This is one of my first commercials that I created whenever I came back, started the show again. Okay. So here we go.
Have you sinned again? Oh, and it's bad this time. A chicken just won't do. But wait, you don't have a goat for your burnt offering. Oh no. The Lord's wrath is upon you.
Insignificant person whose name I don't know, you have sinned. Probably. I shall smite thee.
What do you do? You're all out of goats. She left you for another man.
Fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles.
No goat? No problem. Just light one of these bad boys and let the sweet, savory scent of burning goat flesh rise up to the heavens.
Is that goat?
It's easy, it's fast, and deluxe models even have patented technology that produces a goat screaming sound as the wick burns.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented candles. Save a goat, burn a candle.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles are part of our You Do You Jew interfaith outreach program.
When you sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. When the Lord requires that 100 snow, light a candle or you're going to hell.
Because you don't want that to happen, right?
Right.
All right, there we go. Let me pull that down. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I hope y'all enjoyed those. Yeah, it's kind of my thing. It's kind of what I do. I've got a couple more coming out. I had one. I've been working on one for Halloween, because I use my dogs. Often my dogs are, we haven't seen many with my dogs in them today, but usually they show prominently. And I have a Halloween one I'm working on. Just didn't finish it in time. And I've also got another one where they're playing their version of Dungeons and Dragons, and that one will be coming soon. Looking forward to that. Are
they going to get damned to hell for playing that game?
They might. It comes up every now and then. It does.
Okay.
True.
Spaghettius says, "I'd love to see a candle with Baphomet picture on it.
Ooh, that
Put
would
them
be
next
fun.
to the goat candles and see how many people notice."
Wow, I like it. Well, we're actually planning on having an entire line of products. The ghost-scented flesh candles, and we've got the self-flogging whips, because if you've been bad and you're bad often, you don't want to hurt your shoulder, right? From flogging yourself. So we've got this, and you just put it back here, and you just push the button, and it'll just beat the shit out of you for you if you've been bad. There we go. We've got that. We've also got the Holy Halos. I don't want to play the Holy Halos. I could play that promo for you. But it's 4 minutes long. So that's kind of, that eat up your whole show.
Yeah.
But Holy Halos are condoms that are actually Catholic approved because they don't actually stop the sperm. So you can still have babies. But they're dipped in holy water so you can have sex without having sin. See?
Okay.
See how that works?
But do they prevent STDs?
No, of course not.
Oh.
No. Permeable. They got to be permeable, right? So they don't really do anything but let you have sex without sin. But we've also got Father Flanagan's line of Pharaoh sombreros. Those are condoms that are for the part of our lack of faith outreach program for, just atheists and whoever to, give us money. Yeah. So, but they actually do work. So if you want a Pharaoh sombrero, that's different because, the Pharaoh got the crotch cooties from Abraham, from his wife, because Abraham gave his wife to the Pharaoh and the Pharaoh gave her back going, hey man, she gave me the crotch cooties. So that's why the Pharaoh come up with Ramses, the condom, right?
Yeah, I saw that one.
So then I came up with my own little ditty, my own little song, it's fun.
I don't want to show any more just for one reason. That is, several people in here have not seen them before, and I want them to go to your show to see them. And for those of you who, didn't hear, Chris's show is on Monday through Friday. You said from 9 to 11 Eastern time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I am often there on Thursdays or Fridays. And the reason is I'm usually working on my weekly video Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I usually am done with my video by either Wednesday night or noon on Thursday. So if I finish at Wednesday night, then I'm there in the chat with Chris on Thursday morning. And if I'm not done till Thursday afternoon, then I'm only in the chat with Chris on Friday. So that's why you see me on Thursdays and Fridays, but not Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Yeah. But you can also see Chris's show when it's not live, after it's been finished, and you can still see all the commercials. They're all there, and they are great. They are hilarious.
Okay, about that. I don't leave my shows on.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't. I don't leave my live streams up. You can still go watch them. There's a playlist. If you've got a link, if you saw a link, I leave them. They're unlisted. But I take them off because I feel they hurt my channel's metrics. Not the live stream itself. It's once it becomes a VOD, a video on demand. Once it becomes a video. When it becomes a video, then its metrics get mixed in with your long form content's metrics. Okay. So then you got these live streams where a dozen people will pop in there and go, oh, this is a live stream from last week. And they bounce out. They're there for 2 seconds. And YouTube's like, oh, shit, 50 people have popped in to watch this person's content and they only stay for just a fraction of the time. I'm going to stop recommending their content. It makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, yeah. And so that's why I do what I do. There are people who don't understand why I do what I do or disagree with what I do, but that's how I roll. That's how I do the thing.
Okay, this is kind of off topic, but I'm going to answer it anyway. DRMO10 asks, how did you find the watering hole, Granny? And the answer is I watch Vice Rhino every Friday while I'm folding my laundry. And at the end of his show, he always says, if you need to get your rhino fix in, you can see me on Wednesday nights on the watering hole. And so I've known about the watering hole for some time. I just don't usually go there because in the evenings, I usually have a lot of other things that I'm working on, primarily my steps. I try to walk 5 miles every day. And I'm doing a lot of my walking in the evening because I've spent all day working on my video. And so I usually don't have time in the evening to go over to the watering hole, but every once in a while I'm there in the chat.
That's cool. I've never heard of it, I don't think.
Yeah, that's the channel where Vice Rhino and Surus go live. They do it every Wednesday night.
Okay.
And they talk about various topics, and it's a fun channel.
Very cool. I may have to check them out. Now I met Vice Rhino, I believe. Didn't I meet him at the...
He was not at Ark Encounter, if that's what you're talking about. I met him.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't an Atacon either. Okay, carry on.
He was at the one that Atheist Edge put on in Fort Wayne. Were you there?
No, I wasn't there.
Okay,
No,
because that's where I met him. He's afraid to come to the country right now.
Understood, right?
Yeah, because he's afraid, if he were ever to be picked up by ICE, since he's not a citizen, he could be deported, to Somalia, and then have to figure out how to get home. So he just doesn't feel it's safe here.
Yeah, what's happened to our country?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to distract the show with all that business, though, right? But goodness gracious, yeah, I totally understand why he wouldn't. Why? Oh, yeah. True enough.
And that was an issue for American Atheists as well. When they did their conference this year, there were a number of international speakers that said, we just don't feel safe coming to your country right now.
Right. Oh, yeah. They've caused all kinds of tourism and it's just crazy. It's crazy. And the notion that we could do that, we can just pick up people. Now they've made it to where, thanks to the Supreme Court, they can profile you based on your color. Isn't that weird?
And what language you're speaking?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, in a way, they've always done that. You've heard about the Karens on the airplane. It's like, that guy over there is writing Arabic, and it turns out it's just math that she didn't understand. But the racial profiling is just now it's backed by the Supreme Court.
It is probably going to take 2 decades to undo the damage that the Supreme Court has done.
Yeah, and at least that much. I mean, of course, remember how they all promised? They promised they weren't going to go after Roe. No, Roe is solid, man. That's been decided. We swear we're not going to go after that, and yet they did.
I don't recall them ever saying that, and the only reason I say that is because, I don't know about the politicians, but I know the Christians have always said that they were going after Roe.
Oh, right. Well, now here's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, Miss Kelly. I'm talking about whenever Judge Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett were being grilled by who's it, Congress or whoever interviews them before, whenever they're looking to put them in office, and every time they swore under oath that they were not going to, because the Democrats would be like, "Hey, are you going to go after?" And they're like, "No, we're not going to. We swear under oath, we're not going to go under." Let me see if I can find that.
Okay. While you're looking for that, I've got an interesting comment from Rimmer, who says, "Godless Granny, what happens to me? I'm translucent and speak gibberish." And I know exactly the answer to that question. The answer to that question is you would be very welcome, because everyone's just going to think that you're a Pentecostal. And hey, if you're a Pentecostal and you're speaking in tongues, then hey, you're good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have a I have a minute-long video for you if you want to watch it with me.
Sure.
Let's do this. I'll share this with you. Mi burrito está no bueno. There we go. It burns when I pee. That's a love song. I'm writing. Okay. No sound. Make the words go.
Do I have this day an opinion, a personal opinion, on the outcome in Roe versus Wade? And my answer to you is that I do not.
But do you think there is as fundamental a concern as legitimacy of the court would be involved if Roe were to be overturned?
Well, Mr. Chairman, I think that the legitimacy of the court would be undermined in any case if the court made a decision based on its perception of public opinion.
So a good judge will consider it as precedent of the United States Supreme Court, worthy as treatment of precedent like any other.
Senator, I said that it's settled as a precedent of the Supreme Court entitled to respect under principles of stare decisis. And one of the important things to keep in mind about Roe v. Wade is that it has been reaffirmed many times over the past 45 years.
As Richard Fallon from Harvard said, Roe is not a super precedent because calls for its overruling have never ceased, but that doesn't mean that Roe should be overruled. It just means that it doesn't fall on the small handful of cases like Marbury versus Madison and Brown versus the board that no one questions anymore.
So there's that.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, they all turned around and did what?
It overturned Roe. Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah. And the logic that they used to do it was crazy.
Right.
And given the opportunity, I think they're going to try to overturn Obergefell.
Oh, yeah. No, they're working on that. Yeah, we were talking about that before. That's going after big gay people's rights, for those of you who are unawares. Yeah. They give the right gay marriage, and then after that, given the opportunity, they're coming after your right to vote. Your right to vote. Not my right to vote, your right to vote. And then shortly after that, they'll be going after Black people's freedoms. I'm an alarmist. Don't listen to me. But whenever I was the guy going, hey, they're going to go after this, and well, look what they did. And they do. So just hide and watch.
Well, one of the things that you can do is just listen to what Trump says. And believe it or not, you know, when he says he's going after something, he's telling the truth. He has done, that is the one place where he has been telling the truth and doing exactly what he said, is when he says he's going after something, he really does.
He's not just going after, he's going after people openly. He's breaking so many laws and rules. It's ridiculous that it's ridiculous that the conservatives have gone away with all of the things he's done, all the things they complained about, where they're talking about, Obama's putting, he's using the National Guard down in Texas to try to, put troops on the ground. He wasn't. It was just a training exercise. They were just doing training. It's just all it was training. And it wasn't even riot control training like Donald Trump is doing. Mm-hmm. Okay, that they had, go look it up. I don't remember what it was called now. It was like Operation Golden Shield or something. Go look it up. You can find it. Obama. But anyway, now Donald Trump is putting all these Trump troops on the streets. For what? For why? For I mean, who?
He's trying to intimidate people. He's trying, and it's really, I think he wants them all in place before the midterm elections, and he's going to try to intimidate people and keep them from voting. They did the same thing in the South to try to keep Black people from voting in the 1950s and 60s. Mm-hmm. If people were able to register to vote, then someone was standing outside the voting place with German Shepherds. And if you recall, the German Shepherds had been used to terrorize the Black people. And there were people that were afraid to go in and vote just because of the presence of the German Shepherds.
Yep. And there's lots of things that we have seen conservatives modern day, I mean, do that very kind of thing. They'll go out and intimidate people at the polls. And there's laws against that for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Let me go here. I want to check our chat and see. I have not been. Where are you, my chat? Lawrence. Wow. There's that. Lawrence 2003 will fall with Oberfell.
Right. And I am not familiar with the Lawrence case, and so
I'm not either.
I am looking it up right now. Okay, let's see. It's Lawrence versus Texas.
Hi, Little Red Pony.
Landmark decision in which the court ruled that U.S. state laws criminalizing sodomy between consenting adults is unconstitutional. Okay.
Gotcha.
So, you're right. They're going to try to take down Lawrence after Obergefell. That one's going to be a little bit more tricky, though.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully none of it will happen, and all this will come to a head within the next month or two, and Donald Trump will be gone very soon.
Yeah.
So,
what I'm really hoping for is whatever they were looking for in that MRI is something that is going to prevent him from finishing out his presidency.
Oh yeah, I kind of doubt it. I would like to think so, but remember, he did the best MRI. It was the best MRI.
Yes. And Philo, I know you're right. Don't bank on that. You're probably right, but I can still hope. Hope. Oh, and I wanted to get to this because you brought this up a minute ago, is the going after voting rights and going after Black people. That is the subject of next week's show. Next week, I am going to have Mandisa Thomas and the Council of the Kellys. If you're not familiar with the Council of the Kellys, that is myself, Kelly Laughlin, and Kelly King. And the three of us together are going to talk about what Trump is doing to voting rights. And Mandisa said that her husband has been affected directly already. And so we're going to talk about that as well.
Awesome. It's going to be a great show.
It is. It is going to be a great show.
Let me see here. Fred Harvey. Hello. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Nadia Yvette Chambers. No, it won't be tricky. They'll enforce it with ICE or CBP. See, I didn't want to go into that, but Donald Trump is turning ICE into his own personal army. And that's whenever things go down. Well, one of the things they've been weeding out the good people. Through all this time, the people who are just can't hang and be. In other words, people are going, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm going to quit and I'm going to go away. And by the time he gets around to it, the only people who are going to be in ICE are going to be those far right Nazi style people. You're not going to have a mix of people. They're weeding those out. They're coming up with loyalty tests. The ICE is the SA. I don't remember how the Strummersteiger it's like the ICE was the SA, kind of not really. The ICE is more, it's complicated. ICE is the Gestapo. MAGA would be the brown shirts, and Donald Trump would, of course, be Hitler. The SA were a group of people who were rivals to Hitler. Sorry, Donald Trump, if you're watching, if I put your name with Hitler. They were kind of a rival.
That would be
so
hilarious.
They were like these conservatives like Marjorie Taylor Greene and these other few who are going against Trump. Okay. Imagine one night Donald Trump's people went in and murdered all of those people. That's what happened with the Night of the Long Knives. And those were the SA. The SA, again, I don't know how to say it. They were all the first people killed by the Nazis in taking power were other conservatives. Charlie Kirk was killed by another conservative because he wasn't conservative enough, because he's a groyper, right? So they go after each other first, but when they're done with that, and when they've weeded out the impure, then they'll be coming after us. So, and they already kind of are. So.
Yeah. They've already declared atheists to be terrorists.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
yeah. Go ahead.
We're too small for them to notice.
No, they've made the terms so broad. right? That they can, anybody's a narco terrorist. What's a narco terrorist? Narco terrorist is anybody who apparently bringing drugs across the border. They just be drug runners, right? They're just drug runners. Now they're narco terrorists and they can kill them.
Yeah, that is some
doesn't work for
scary
me.
stuff.
It really is. And it's kind of, go ahead.
I'm waiting for them to bomb a boat that some foreign country can prove was a fishing boat.
Yeah.
And had no drugs aboard, and that they've killed citizens of another country without cause.
Yeah. I think that may have already kind of happened because they did have research. Yeah.
But I haven't seen anyone really making a claim against the United States for it yet.
Right. Right.
Okay. We have another super chat from Nadia Yvette Chambers, who says, Nadia Yvette Chambers. Barrett argued Reconstruction amendments are invalid. Okay. Now that would include a lot of the voting rights acts, because those were part of the Reconstruction amendments.
Gotcha.
That's scary stuff.
Very cool. Interesting. Most of not cool. Most of the boats couldn't make it to the U.S., so there is evidence. Well, that's a good point. Just the fact that the little boats that they were in couldn't do it, kind of says a lot about it right there.
Nadia says all of the voting rights, yes. Also banning slavery and birthright citizenship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. True. And that's it's all coming. We just have to kind of watch it. It's an authoritarian dictatorship. There's not a lot of individually we can do about it, but as a group, we can do a lot. So
right. And one of the best things that we have seen so far is Congress holding out on the government shutdown. Because we know that if they were to reopen the government, the promise that Trump has made about negotiating the Obamacare, it's not going to happen. Or if it does happen, what he's going to offer them is an absolute pittance because they have no leverage. But right now they have leverage, and giving up that leverage is the worst thing they could do. And I know that some people are going to suffer as a result. But the big kicker is the military not getting paid. And so far, Trump has been managing to find funds to pay the military, but I don't think he can do it again. If the government is still cut down by what would you say?
That's not good, is it? If our U.S. government is not paying our troops, who commands them?
Well,
He
that's
who
just
pays the
it.
bills commands the troops. So there's a man, I don't remember his name. He actually paid like $130 million, and he is the man currently paying our troops. For now.
Not really, because that's a drop in the bucket for what they needed to pay. They need more like $4.6 billion to make the payroll.
But the fact that they're doing it at all, that a private investor is giving millions of dollars to fund our military shouldn't be happening at all. It shouldn't happen at all.
Right. It should not be. You're absolutely right on that. But what I am saying is that if he does not make the next payroll by the 15th of the month, the military is not going to be happy with him. And that is the one group that he cannot afford to piss off.
Yeah. Well, we've also got other things going on too. Their air traffic controllers are not getting paid, so that it's causing problems. And that'll only go so far before they have to do something.
Right. I would not have blamed the air traffic controllers if they had all gotten up and walked off the job the day that Trump made the announcement that we're paying those people that we really care about and that we really need. And I think the air traffic controllers at that point would have said, hey, you don't care about us. You don't need us. Adios.
We're out of here. Yeah. It kind of, it just, and there's a lot of different places. Of course, they've been gutting the government for quite a while now, gutting every aspect of our government. It's really amazing that we're still functioning in so many different ways, Crazy.
Well, Chris, it has been a pleasure, but we are out of time.
Are we out of time?
And so I want you to, in just a moment, I want you to remind everybody where your show is, but there is a link in the description to Chris's channel. So if you are not already subscribed to Chris's channel, please go over there and subscribe and hit the bell so it will remind you as to when Chris goes live. And you can watch the damn show live every morning. And Chris, tell us when the show is.
It is 9 a.m. Eastern to 11 a.m. Eastern, Tuesday through Friday. Now, Monday, I forgot to mention this earlier, and you should toot your own horn if you're part of it. But Monday morning, the Java and Jugs group get together, and they stream on my channel instead of me. That gives me a break.
Oh, okay,
You know?
cool. Cool.
Yeah, I very much appreciate the opportunity to not have to do the thing all the time,
Yeah. It can get tedious from time to time. And next week, do not miss Mandisa Thomas and the Council of the Kellys, and we will be talking further about what is going on in this country with voting rights and how the current administration is targeting Black people and what we can do as private citizens. So make sure you're all there. Oh, and don't forget Rocket City ReasonCon coming up next October. Chris and I will both be there.
Yes.
Thank you, all of
It's gonna be
you
a
in
lot
the
of fun.
chat for your comments and questions. And thank you so much, Chris, for coming. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Take care.
Live your life.